Hey everyone, Callum from Cagefront here. Welcome back to another video. And if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Now we have another 2024 recap video, and that is the best finishes, the top 5 finishes in my opinion that have happened this year in 2024. And my God, a lot of them are bloody brutal, absolutely brutal, and I am keen to go through the top 5 with you guys today. And in at number 5, starting off nice and brutal, we have Khamzat Chimaev taking out Robert Whittaker at UFC 308. And that is because the brutality of this finish is just securing the 5th position without a doubt. I mean, the amount of people that were riding on Whittaker to beat Chimaev, which is including myself, pay myself out there, Chimaev showed that he is without a doubt championship material. This guy is fucking scary. I mean, his takedown offensive threat is literally unstoppable at this point. He took down Kamaru Usman 4 times in their fight, and he shoots just so low and most importantly, so fast for his takedowns and feints strikes just before it, just like he did against Whittaker, feinting an uppercut and runs straight through it. Gets him to the ground. But the finish, the pure gore of the finish definitely pushes it straight into the rankings for me. He busted all of Whittaker's lower front teeth with that jaw crank, and never seen someone tap that fast. It almost looked like Whittaker just completely panicked and tapped. But as we know now after the fight, how brutal that was. With this injury, you cannot not have this in the rankings. Honestly, Chimaev is scary, and he put a statement on an absolute veteran like Whittaker, and he is going to be fighting for the title, and he is probably going to be winning that. And in at number 4, I'm giving it to Shara versus Arman Petrosyan, with the pure creativity in the striking from Shara getting it into the rankings. Against someone that is a pretty seasoned striker against Arman Petrosyan, the finish was so impressive because of how unique it was. Hitting a double spinning back fist, which wasn't even a spur of the moment thing that he was trying to do. Bullet was practicing this before the fight, feinting the knee, coming through with the back fist on the right, then clipping the chin perfectly, following through with the left back fist, the other way around, completely doing a 180, taking Arman Petrosyan out, setting him straight on the floor, and he just curled up. He was not having it, and getting that in the 3rd round to really put a statement on the end of the year for Shara, moving him into the rankings without even fighting a ranked opponent because his finish was just that fantastic. Really got to be giving this a ranking position, just really based on the creativity and the star power that he is getting from finishes like these. And in at number 3, we have Benoit Denis getting taken out by good old 35-year-old past it Dustin Poirier. The amazing underdog story that never should have been one in the first place. Poirier gave the clearest example of there are levels to this game. I mean, he felt completely comfortable jumping about 1 million guillotines in this fight, so you know there was some confidence there. But when it came to the finish itself, getting in dirty boxing range, taking advantage of Benoit Denis' poor strike defense, pumping him with a left straight down the pipe in the exchange, dropping Benoit then hope shooting to try and get Dustin Poirier down, stuffs the takedown, slips Benoit Denis' right hook and checks him with his own right hook and sleeps him. Absolutely beautiful classic boxing from Poirier as an underdog, with a lot of people counting him out, and my God, what an absolutely amazing finish from Dustin Poirier, and that is why he is a fan favorite, because he puts on performances like that. And in at 2nd place, moving away from the spotlight and into just sheer brutality in the finish, we have Vinicius Oliveira absolutely murdering Bernardo Sopaj in their fight. This was a career-changing KO loss for Sopaj. It was honestly the most vicious KO that we had on this whole entire calendar year. He hit Sopaj with a left hook on the break, and Sopaj stumbled backwards. He was exhausted. He needed to catch his breath. Turns around for a split second, and here comes Vinicius Oliveira running all the way across the cage. Throws the flying knee, switches straight into his chin all the way across the octagon and takes him out, floors him so badly. He did not get up for a while, and this was easily one of the best finishes of all time for a UFC debut. Vinicius Oliveira put on a statement. He's now beaten Ricky Simon. He will be hitting the top 15 very soon, and getting performances like these, especially this one, his stock is going to be shooting through the roof. Now, as a little side note, honorable mention, I do want to give a shout out to little Shi Ming, who was on the Petrosyan versus Davison Figueiredo fight card, that fight night that happened a couple weeks ago. Shi Ming, the head kick KO from hell, putting Feng Xiaocan on a bloody stretcher. She was out for about 4 to 5 minutes, and that's coming from a tiny little strawweight fighter who is naturally an atom weight. She's like 5'2", has a 60-inch reach. Not only that, she does that against Feng Xiaocan as a 6-1 underdog in that fight, who's just like a little nurse, goes and head kicks someone who is much bigger, has better striking naturally, and puts her in a bloody stretcher. And we are getting hospital updates about her every single fight that goes past because of how brutal it was. So honestly, credit to Shi Ming in that performance. That had me jumping off the couch. And in at first place, we've got to go to UFC 300. Max Holloway taking out Justin Gaethje. No other option in the #1 spot. Cannot argue with this one at all. This was like a scene out of like an action movie, like the finale. It was incredible. I mean, this felt like it was scripted, and it was on the biggest card of the year. Max Holloway going into this fight, I mean, as an underdog anyway, going in, first round, busts Justin Gaethje's nose with a spinning heel kick right at the end of that first round, breaks his nose. And also, this is coming into a fight where Justin Gaethje is the BMF, head kicking Dustin Poirier's bloody head off at UFC 291, bear in mind. So this is extremely impressive from Holloway coming into this. He just systematically broke Justin Gaethje down round to round. Obviously, there was a drop that Gaethje did get on Max Holloway. He did technically drop him. Statistics don't say it, but it's obvious that it happened. But that's about it for Gaethje. I mean, Holloway in that 5th round, famously pointing to the ground like he did against Ricardo Lamas in the last 10 seconds, but he gets it done this time. The switch in his shot selection from the body, going upstairs, perfectly hits Gaethje right on the chin and the nose, just snaps his nose even more and flatlined him. Absolutely flatlined him. Justin Gaethje was struggling to breathe with his mouth literally attached to the canvas. That's how brutal it was on the biggest fight card of the year. Sadly, it would have definitely taken some years off of Gaethje's life, but that's the game they play, and that is the best, most brutal finish, not only of the year, but could arguably be the best finish of MMA that we have ever seen. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you want to see more MMA based content, definitely check out the video I've got here on the screen, and please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.